In this video, I'm going to share my experience with the new iMac 24-inch with M1 chip as compared to my 27-inch iMac. Now, sometimes you just have this feeling that you need to upgrade your hardware, your computer, and the Adobe programs for me, they were crashing. Photoshop was really becoming slow, especially with type, and I knew that Apple had launched the new generation of the iMac 24-inch last year, but I was really backed off from upgrading because the screen size is smaller and there wasn't an option to add more RAM like in my 27-inch iMac. So being used to working on my 5K Retina iMac with 24 gigabytes of memory, 2 terabytes of storage space, I felt that the new iMac was not an upgrade, so I decided to wait and see if Apple would release a bigger and a bit more robust iMac this year. And then, just like that, my old friend, the 27-inch iMac, one day quit on me mid a super big chunky project. And not only that, the hard drive became corrupted. And while I also own a MacBook Pro as a backup and for travel, I hate working on that small screen. So it does the job. It's not ideal for these large files, especially when working with InDesign or Photoshop. So I had to go shopping. Actually, I had to run to shop. And I was looking at getting that same computer, the iMac, the 27-inch 5K. And before I continue my story, in case this is your first time here on this channel, hello, my name is Lauren, and I am the host of the For the Creatives YouTube channel, where I teach people, designers, how to freelance and establish a design business that you can feel truly proud of. I do weekly videos with tips and tutorials for all designers. All right, so now let's get back to that story I was telling you. When I arrived to the nearest tech store, the Best Buy that was nearby, I was given the bad news. They said that it was discontinued. And at that point, my life crashed on me. I thought, is it really worth to live after this? Well, not really that far, but the Best Buy geeks were trying to convince me to get the new iMac 24-inch, and all I would hear was all about the M1 chip again and again. And just so you know, that's the name of the processor that Apple created, which is super powerful. And I'm just not a tech-savvy geek, and I know the basics and I know what works for me, and I didn't understand why this was good. But they went over how it was supposed to work 2 times faster with Adobe programs than even the top 27-inch iMac model. They went over with me all the blah specs about the new iMac 24-inch and showed me this article here. Well, I then asked to get the one that had the most RAM, the top of the line, but they were sold out. They told me I could get them from Apple's website and they could order a computer that was made to my specific specifications, but I told them I didn't have time. I had to complete a big project and I couldn't wait anymore. So I took the top one they had and I ended up getting this, my iMac 24-inch with the Apple chip M1. 4K display and only 251 gigabytes of space, which is a big bummer, but I managed by getting by on an external hard drive with 2 terabytes of space. I came to my home, and when I got to the computer out of the box, I felt I was actually picking up a laptop. It was so lightweight. So you might be wondering, is the new iMac any good to run heavy programs? Is it any good for graphic design? And the answer is yes. This video is not sponsored by Apple. This is my most sincere opinion after using it for a few weeks now. Now, I'm not a tech geek, and this video is not intended to do an in-depth technical review of the computer. This video is intended for me to give you my honest opinion of what I consider to be a great tool for graphic designers that is going to simplify your life. And just like that, this new iMac has become my favorite computer. And here is why. First, I never had Adobe programs running smoothly on my 27-inch. So the Best Buy geek guy was right. I have not experienced a crash even when dealing with large files on my new iMac. It's smooth when I'm working on design projects, even when having only 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's smoother and faster than my old dinosaur, which had 24 gigabytes of RAM. The lightweight of this computer is such a big plus point, as before when I was traveling, I would have to only take my MacBook Pro, which was never ideal. With only 11.5 millimeters of thickness, the screen is the same as my iPhone with a silicone case. But having this computer being so thin and portable is honestly easy to pack it in a bag and carry it onto a plane. It weighs under 10 pounds compared to the iMac 27 inches that was basically 2 times that computer in weight. Now, I didn't get the color I wanted. Again, I took whatever they had in stock at that time. I wanted to go with blue, but this one does the job too. I always run my computer through the Ethernet, as I can never trust that instability of Wi-Fi. So the new iMac has this Ethernet attached to the power supply. It just makes everything much cleaner and running smoothly. And yes, the power cable is magnetic. I really don't know that this makes my life really much easier, but it's just some feature that caught my attention. Now, when it comes down to the price, it's actually not that expensive. It starts at $1,299 for the standard base model and goes up to $1,699 for the upgrade. It has the capacity to have 2 terabytes of memory and 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I think would come in handy when dealing with more of like heavy video editing files. And it has 4 USB-C ports, which means I now have to be carrying connectors like this one, which is never really fun. Another thing that I love about this computer is that it has high definition video quality. This is right now being filmed on the computer. And also, a lot of times we're doing all these meetings with clients nowadays with Zoom. So it's really important, I think, to have a video that is good. The sound is okay, not a pro mic quality sound, but it sounds clear enough. And I love the new design. I know some have issues with the white color, but I feel it looks very in brand with Apple. Now, there's something about the eye level coordination which is a big plus. The iMac 27 inches seemed a little too high for me, and with this new model, it's designed at a level that's much more comfortable to work at, which I really like. The new keyboard is different. It has now a Touch ID, which allows me to not have to type my passwords out all the time. I can just use my finger. And the Magic Mouse is the same, though you know I normally only use my Wacom. Now, overall, this is a great option if you're having similar issues as I did with your 27-inch, and I can really testify before the tech geeks that they were right. The new iMac 24-inch Apple M1 chip is a great option for designers. And with regards to my old iMac 27-inch, the corrupted drive is still dead and holding hostage about 1 terabyte of important information, which some of it's backed up, some of it is not, and it's now on its way to some pricey experts to be able to recover the corrupted data. So what do you think? I've heard this rumor that designers are much more inclined to be Apple users over PCs. So is that true? Do you have a new iMac 24-inch? And how has your experience been with it? Or are you more of a PC guy? Comment below and let me know. I would love to know how you feel about it. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to get weekly tips to create a stable design business and become a more confident designer. I'll see you next time.